We all had that one classmate that knew everything in school, even when they didn't. Anytime the lecturer asked a question, the hand always went up. Let's be honest, guys. AI is like that overzealous classmate who wants to answer every question, even without knowing the answer. I had an issue recently, and I, chatted the customer experience team, and I was linked to the bot, and the bot kept giving me tips. Oh no, you have to do this, you have to do this. At some point the boss asked me to subscribe to a particular service. I was so frustrated. This bot did not know it, and he couldn't even have the decency to tell me that he didn't know it. He kept leading me on and wasted about 5 hours of my time until I realized this is not working. I mean, I literally screamed at the bot to say, next time you don't know something, tell your customers you do not know. And that brings me to the topic of AI in the world. When do we need AI and when do we need human touch? Hello, my name is Jenny, and welcome to Experience with Jenny, a channel where I teach you everything about customer experience. If you're new to my channel, subscribe, like, follow, and share. Stay updated because it's all fun and engaging on this side. So in this video, we're going to discuss AI in customer experience, from implementation to use cases, to training your bots, driving adoption, and speaking about how to effectively ensure that your bots does not begin to frustrate your customers. Now, let's speak about benefits of AI. Trust me, AI is one of the best things that has happened to the customer experience industry, because you can have 1 million agents respond to customers, which is where AI comes in. Organizations that have mastered the art of AI properly are able to use AI to transform their customers' experience. So let me break it down. So you first start with data analysis. Look at your top queries within your organization. What are the things that our customers are calling more for or chatting more for? A bank, for instance, we have more customers calling in for their loan balance, account opening, card requests. Those are most likely what you find at the top 10 queries, or in the top 10 queries of a bank. So what you do with AI is, if you've deployed AI via a bot or any other service, analyze your top queries and then break them down. Document the process for each query. So today, if an agent was going to relay a customer's balance to them, what does the agent do? The agent first greets the customer. The agent then asks certain questions just to be sure that this is a customer that we're speaking to. The agent goes ahead to give out the balance to the customer, and that is the process for handling balance requests. In the same way, you would design the balance flow process and then automate it via the bot. So when a customer chats the bot behaves like an agent, asks, greets the customer, asks authentication questions, one or two, and then goes ahead to give the customer the balance. So AI is very good. You can use AI to reduce your customer interactions. You can use AI to assist customers. And today, what we see in the CX space is that AI is going just beyond responding to customer chats. AIs are now being integrated into platforms like, let's say, mobile app. I was using a company's app the other day, and I was just juggling between some features on the button, and I saw a prompt. Are you trying to do this? Watch this video guide. That is AI. No human is going to be at the back end looking at 1 million people on the app and trying to see what they are doing and trying to push out recommendations. But AI will definitely do that. If you put the right prompts, the right instructions, AI will do that for you. So as a CX professional, what are the places where AI can help you? First, reducing the number of interactions that hit your agents. So that is where you have the chatbots deployed. So your chatbot, like I said earlier, your top queries, automate the flows, define them properly, automate them, and then train the bots. Fix these queries into the bot, so anyone who comes to your bot, rather than chatting with an agent, can go ahead and interact with the bot and have the same services delivered without any issue. Number two, proactive support. Like the example I gave earlier, you can use AI to provide proactive support to your customers. A customer is struggling with something on the app. You can already automate a solution, and the AI pops up to ask the customer, are you struggling with this? Is this what you're trying to do? Those are proactive support. Another thing you can do with AI is smart nuggets. So your customer is scrolling through the app, and AI can bring up recommendations to say, try this, try that. Or you have a customer that has just gotten a card, for instance, and AI is, bringing up a recommendation to say, are you aware that you can shop with this for this discount, or you can register your card for secure code, or the card's interest rate is now this. Those kind of smart recommendations are some of the things that you can do with AI to improve your customers' experience. Lastly, or not lastly, but I mean for the sake of this session, 24/7 support, right? You no longer have to worry about filling up your contact centers with human agents, because if you've automated the bulk of your customer queries, AI can help you handle queries outside of working hours, resolve the ones you can resolve, and then transfer the others to you as cases or as tickets to your agents the following day. Implementing AI in customer experience, of course, to improve your customer's experience. First tip you need to note is to start small and scale very fast. So identify your low-hanging fruits. These are the services that once we can automate or integrate with AI, we're going to move very fast. So start small and then keep at it. Do not stop along the way. Do something this quarter, do something next quarter. By the time you look back in the next 2 years, you'll be very shocked at how far you've come. 2, implement only with data-driven insights. Do not say, oh, I feel like our customers will like this AI feature more. No, work with your data. We're going to get to that. And lastly, choose the right channel. If you have adequate resources, you can go heavy on different channels, chatbots, IVR, maybe automations on emails, for instance. But if you do not have adequate resources, which a lot of times resources are, not that adequate, again, work with your data. Where do you have the most traffic? If you have the most traffic, most of your customers chat you up, then automate via chat first and then bring other platforms later. Hi, thanks for watching. If you love this content, please subscribe to my channel, like, follow, and share. There are lots of use cases you can automate with AI, but I'm going to stick with 4 that are very critical. Number 1, repetitive tasks. Automate your repetitive tasks the moment you have an opportunity to work with AI. For instance, like I said earlier, balance inquiries, password resets, those things that customers continue to engage you for, and they're very repetitive. They have clear processes and steps. Those are the first use cases you should automate. The next use cases to automate are error message support. Trust me, error message support can bring lots of relief to your customers. I think I was using one international platform to get by an email software. I don't even know what I was doing, but I kept having error messages on one platform until I switched to the next. And when I got to the next, I continued to face these issues. But what differentiated the first platform from the second was that in the second platform, the moment I have an error message, I automatically have certain recommendations on my screen. And the system is saying, oh, this error message saying server is busy or something, this is what it means, this is what you can do. And so that other platform was like, it looked like, or it felt like I had a companion telling me what to do. It was so instructive that it also had links to say, click here to watch more. So I just kept clicking and watching video guides, and I got by it, and I was able to do what I had never done before because they had AI in the error message section. So it's very easy. How do you go about this? Again, your data. Go to your IT department. For this mobile app, what are the top error messages that my customers have? It could be invalid username and password. It could be server busy. It could be anything. Now, liaise with them and the product team to say, okay, what are the possible reasons why customers have this, and what are the possible solutions? And take it up from there. Give customers insights immediately as in form of text into what the problems could be. The moment those error messages come up, the same IT and AI will bring up the solutions, and also create video guides for customers, working with your brand team to say, if these solutions do not really resonate, watch a video guide on what you can actually do on our app to fix this issue. And then the third use case is process guidance. Again, you find your customers, maybe juggling different platforms at the same time, or the customer has clicked on KYC, the customer has gone back to validate. There are tools within the IT context that can actually monitor these activities. And when there are too many, or when the customer has clicked a certain process multiple times, the system recommends something to the customer. And of course, revenue generation. You can use AI to recommend products to customers. Training the bots. This is a very important step in getting maximum results with AI. If you ask me, I feel any company that is vested in AI should have someone employed with the sole KPI of training the bots. Yes, when it comes to training the bots, consider your customer language. Lots of customers do not just say, I want a password reset. Some customers will say, I'm not able to log in. Some will say, please reset my password. Some will say, I no longer remember my password. Whatever the case is, it is the duty of the organization to train the bot in such a way that the bot is able to understand however the customer may want to say any particular request. And this training is continuous because the more your customers engage with you through the contact center and other channels, you get more insights and you train the bot. Someone might say, oh, these days bots are very intelligent and they are, linked to models like ChatGPT so they can understand everything. Yes, you're very correct. But let me tell you the little issue that I personally have observed with bots like that. Sometimes they tend to go outside your company's, will I say, knowledge base to seek answers and respond to customers. So, for instance, a customer may be asking something about an interest rate that is not already in the knowledge base, and the chatbots, because of those large models, might go to the internet, pick that answer or response and give it to your customer, which may not necessarily be in line with your company policies. So what I see these days happening with organizations is, despite those models, they give specific instructions to the bot to say that anything you do not find in our knowledge base, please do not relay them to our customers. So it then brings back the responsibility of training the bot to understand your specific products, services, and the way that your customers will request this service. It puts that responsibility back on the business. Another way you can train the bot, I've seen where in very advanced cases, you can, take your contact center data. It can be data of the past 1 year of customers' calls, emails, and chats, of course, without their sensitive information, slam that into the bot engine, and the bot is able to analyze to understand how your customers have contacted you in the past, the kind of responses that were given to them, and how they reacted to those responses, whether they were happy or not happy. And that also helps with bot training. Okay, and then do not forget, training is very continuous. The bot should have a library where it feeds from, and the bot should be able to understand at what point to hand over to an agent. The bot should also be trained to recognize customer frustrations and act on them swiftly. Customer adoption. Now you can have your AI or your bots, and the usage will be very low because customers are used to having people interact with them. So if you want to achieve success with your AI bots deployment, you must be very intentional when it comes to driving customer adoption. Here is one of the ways you can drive customer adoption: communication to your customers. You can send periodic email and SMS blasts to your customers, letting them know that they can, get access to certain services by simply chatting with the bot or by simply calling your interactive voice response, your IVR, without necessarily speaking with an agent. Sell the benefits to them. For instance, in less than 30 seconds, you get your balance without even speaking to anyone, or get access to a loan or any of our products round the clock, even in the midnight, without help from an agent. That's one way. Another way is through the contact center. Sometimes, if you feel like the adoption is really low, you can actually work with the contact center to include bot advertisements in their responses to customers, in their emails, in their drafts, and in in some edge cases, you can have your contact centers decline certain requests that are readily available on the bots so that you migrate customers to the bots. Very important. And then lastly, you can employ some sort of incentive here to incentivize the usage of these platforms. And we've had organizations adopting social media platforms to drive their bots. We've had organizations holding webinars. We've had organizations, doing advertisements, billboards. Yes, have you not been seeing chat with Tenny, chat with Ziva? So those are steps that you can take to get your customers to adopt. Certain tips that are very important in avoiding customer frustration when chatting with your bots. One, make it very clear to customers that they are chatting with bots. You can say, I'm your virtual assistant. I mean, some people like to hide this, but hiding this can increase your customer frustration because they feel like they're chatting with agents, yeah? And, it changes the dynamics when customers are aware that they are chatting with bots. So make it very clear from the beginning. Number two, give options instead of dead ends. So, for instance, if the bot doesn't understand what the customer is saying, train your bot to be able to say, I'm sorry, I do not understand this. Rather than saying, can you try this? And when customer tries it, the bot says, can you try this? Train your bot to be able to say, would you like me to transfer you to an agent at this point? That is very important in avoiding customer frustration. Key elements of this conversation is AI versus human. AI is great for speed, AI is great for automation, but AI has not replaced humans. I personally do not think that AIs can 100% replace humans, but as we speak today, they have not. And as organizations, you need to understand at what point you need to draw the line. AI would automate, humans would come with empathy. Humans should be assigned to handle complex cases. Humans should be assigned to take over customers when they are getting frustrated by the bot. So, what do you need to do as an organization? You need to have clearly defined prompts. You need to first train your bots so that the bot understands at what point it needs to escalate such issues to an agent. So what I've seen in most companies is when the bot gives you responses, it gives you this option to rate. Can be a thumbs up and a thumbs down. So when the customer has given, like, let's say 2 thumbs down, or even on the first thumbs down, they're already passing the customer to an agent to reduce frustration. If you have a situation where you've had a customer interact with the bot for a long time, you can actually put triggers at the back end to move such customers to agents. Do not leave everything to the bot. And occasionally, you can actually, from time to time, review your bot interaction with customers, because some customers can actually get so frustrated that they abandon the interactions and move on. So if you have a way of reviewing your data, it could be through bulk review, it could be through one-on-one reviews of your bot's chats with customers. Identify customers that need to be contacted for human interactions. In terms of enabling seamless handover, make sure that when the bot is passing on that interaction to an agent, the summary of the interaction is also being passed on to the agent. So it's easy for a seamless handshake between the bot and the agent. And also, you can enable things like smart routing. Smart routing is like, okay, the bot should be trained and there should be certain triggers to say, depending on the departments that or what issue the customer was speaking with the bot on, the bot should route such issues to relevant departments, not just anyone who would stress the customer to start from beginning. And then please monitor as much as possible. I've stressed this enough just to ensure that there is no customer frustration, because when your bot begins to frustrate customers, then the noise goes away from the good side, or you have customers talking less about the benefits but now emphasizing the frustrations of the bot. So thank you for watching. If you found this video very useful, please subscribe to my channel, like and share, as it could be useful to someone else. Thank you.